GTA 6 has been delayed 3 times, and the internet has settled on one word for what that means: Cyberpunk. By the end of this video, you will know whether November 19th actually holds and why the Cyberpunk comparison that everyone is making is the wrong one. Stay with me, the pattern is the whole story. First, the facts, because the panic skips right over them. GTA 6 has moved 3 times. Originally a fall 2025 window that Take-Two confirmed on an earnings call. Then it slid to May 26th, 2026. And now it sits on Thursday, November 19th, 2026. Same platforms throughout: PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. 3 dates in roughly 3 years. And here's the part that matters. Every single move was announced publicly, months in advance, never as a last-minute scramble. And here's what the community keeps saying. Scroll any comment section, any thread on Reddit. The dominant read is the same. 3 delays. This is Cyberpunk all over again. They are going to ship it broken. So, let us actually walk what happened to Cyberpunk, because the details matter. Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed 4 times in 2020. April, then September, then November, then December 10th. And when it finally shipped, it shipped broken. Bugs everywhere. On last-generation consoles, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it barely ran at all. The launch is still studied as one of the worst in AAA history. Then, the part people forget. Sony did something it almost never does to a major title. It pulled Cyberpunk from the PlayStation Store entirely. December 2020 to June 2021. 6 months gone from the store, with full refunds offered to anyone who asked. That is not a rough patch. That is a platform holder deciding a game is not fit to sell. And it took nearly 3 years after that, the 2.0 overhaul and the Phantom Liberty expansion, both in September 2023, before the game's reputation actually recovered. Hold that timeline in your head, because it is the thing the comparison gets wrong. Now, here is the tell. The thing nobody comparing the two actually looks at. Cyberpunk's delays were panic delays. The last ones were weeks apart, right up against the date, and the game still was not ready when it shipped anyway. CD Projekt was a smaller studio under brutal investor pressure that had publicly promised a date it could not hit, and then could not bring itself to move it far enough. That is the signature of a project that has lost control of its own schedule. Cramming, not planning. The pattern. GTA 6's delays look nothing like that. They came months in advance, never weeks. They came with an official apology. Quote, "We are sorry for adding additional time." End quote. Rockstar almost never apologizes for anything, and here they did it in writing. In my analysis, that is not a studio that lost control of a calendar. That is a studio managing one, out loud, in public, and eating the bad press on purpose to protect the launch. And then came the strongest signal of all. At the Take-Two earnings call, CEO Strauss Zelnick did not hedge. He reaffirmed November 19th and said, flatly, it will not be delayed again.
"We feel really good about it." Strauss Zelnick, Take-Two CEO, May 2026 earnings call.
A CEO does not stake the company's stock price on a date he expects to miss. He confirmed marketing begins this summer. Trailer 3 and pre-orders are the next dominoes. Where I disagree with the consensus is right here. Companies that are about to fail a date go quiet. So where Cyberpunk is the wrong comparison, what is the right one? 2 games, both from Rockstar. Start with Red Dead Redemption 2. It was delayed twice off its original window, and it shipped as one of the most polished games anyone had ever played. Rockstar takes the delay, takes the stock hit, swallows the angry headlines, and then uses the time. Every single time. They have never once shipped a mainline game early to hit a number. The delay is the quality control mechanism, not the warning sign. That is the pattern that actually has their fingerprints on it, and it is the exact opposite of the one the comparison keeps reaching for. And the other example is the one that built this whole company. GTA 5 was pushed from spring 2013 to September of that year. People grumbled then too. Same energy, same comment sections. Then it launched into the biggest entertainment debut in history at the time. Over $800 million on day one. $1 billion in 3 days. The delay everyone complained about bought the polish that made the record. So here is my read. November 19th holds. The earnings call commitment, the public apology, the summer marketing ramp, those are the tells a studio gives when a date is real, not when it is slipping. If you ask me, The Cyberpunk era panic and the Rockstar discipline are not the same animal, and the internet has been pattern matching on the wrong one. Now, to be fair to the other side, there is one risk worth flagging. About a month ago, a report described intense crunch at Rockstar's India studio amid the November pressure. That is a rumor, unconfirmed, and crunch is a labor story, not automatically a delay story. But it is the one thread I would actually watch. What to watch next? Trailer 3 should land inside the marketing window Take-Two just opened. Pre-orders most likely follow within 30 days of that. If both arrive on schedule, the November date is as good as set in concrete. If the summer comes and goes with silence, that is the moment to start worrying, and not 1 second before. If you watched our breakdown on the November 19th date itself, this is the follow-up that puts that date in context. So I will put it to you. Which side are you on? Does November 19th hold, or are the doubters right? Drop your pick in the comments, and if you are calling a delay, tell me the month you would bet on. Wednesday. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday we track every GTA 6 twist between now and launch, sourced and stamped. I will see you in the next file.